Boo! Where did you find this guy?
The Resident Evil series has been experiencing something of a decline lately, and although the last mainline entry, Resident Evil 6, was commercially successful, it wasn't what fans wanted, as they felt it was straying too far away from what they liked and loved about the Resident Evil games. With that in mind, Capcom went back to the drawing board and decided that the next game to be stripped down to its main core, horror. With that approach in mind, Capcom decided on a few changes to the game which would help achieve that core survival horror. These changes, however, have made some fans worried and even concerned. One of the biggest changes was that the game will be played entirely in first-person view. Previous Resident Evil games were always played from a third-person view, meaning you always saw the character you were controlling on screen. So going from third-person to first-person brings about very big fundamental changes to the game. It will feel like a completely different game, which may be a good or bad thing depending on which side of the fence you're on. Another big change in RE7 I feel is the characters, or rather the lack thereof. You see, a core part of Resident Evil's DNA or any other story-driven game for that matter are the characters. Characters like Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Leon S. Kennedy and Albert Wesker were all mainstays of the Resident Evil franchise, but they are nowhere to be seen so far in RE7, and I think that is one of the reasons why fans are feeling a little alienated. Which in turn brings us to our protagonist this time around, Ethan, who is a completely new character in the RE universe. And since RE7 is played entirely in first-person view, all we see while playing the game are really just his pair of hands, and I think that makes it hard for players to associate with this character. The emphasis this time around instead seems to have shifted to focus more on the main antagonists of the game, the Baker family. Not much is known about them, but I think it's pretty safe to say that they'll play a big part in the game, having been featured so prominently in the trailer so far.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time for supper.
Who are you people?
Eat it. It's good.
Dumb son bitch wasn't no good if it hit him.
Lucas!
Damn, old man, not again.
Get out the way, Marguerite. Hit boy's got to eat. He got to have his supper. Come here, boy. Let's do this. Come on.
While the shift to first-person view may be the most glaring change, I think the one thing that has everyone worried or doubtful at the moment is in fact the perceived change in theme. You see, Resident Evil always had that kind of campy horror feel to it. The story wasn't bad, but it felt like the game knew when to have fun and not take itself too seriously. I mean, you had really ridiculous moments like and
Just hold on, Sheva.
as well as these famous lines.
Oh, Barry!
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
I know it might be premature to judge it now, but I just can't shake the feeling that it's taking itself way too seriously, and that really shouldn't be the case with Resident Evil. From the promotional material released so far, it just seems that Capcom is trying to emulate the tone and feel of other popular horror games. Games such as Outlast, Alien Isolation, and The Unfortunate PT, all of which are very different in tone to the Resident Evil games. With all that said and done though, I'm still personally looking forward to the game. Because yes, while change itself is scary, the reason for this change I feel is the correct one. Capcom's hearts, they are at the right place. They know that fans want Resident Evil to return to its roots of survival horror, and are in fact now trying it in a way that's both new and fresh to the series, and I think that has to be applauded or encouraged at the very least. And reception to Resident Evil 7 I feel has been getting better each time Capcom shows a bit more of the game. They've been releasing these short, under-a-minute videos to show more of the gameplay elements, and I think that is helping to alleviate some of the fears and concerns fans initially had of the game. I personally am starting to get more of the RE vibe now that I've seen more of it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video I made, and we won't have to wait much longer either, since Resident Evil 7 Biohazard releases January 24th, 2017. Yeah, see you in the next video.